The Red and Green Army marches into Nottingham for the second of 4 straight league away matches. The Red and Greens picked up their first league points away from home since August on Tuesday night with a 2-1 victory over AFC Wolfrunians. Can they take that success into today's match here at the Ron Steele Sports Ground? It's Dunkirk versus Coventry United in the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division, live and exclusive on Coventry United TV with Liam Cook. Welcome one and all to another edition of Coventry United TV, broadcasting to you live from Nottingham. It's Dunkirk versus Coventry United, the first time these two sides have ever met in league competition, or, well, any competition for all that is worth. And yet, yes, we have got Luke Morton on the highlights now. That's going in the highlights. Let's get you into the starting lineups here on Coventry United TV. For Coventry United today, number 1, Brendan Bunn. Number 2, Ben Valance. Number 3, Ronnie Hendricks. Number 4, Gift Musa. Number 5, Kyle Barnett. Number 6, the captain, Jamal Clark. Number 7, Kyle Carey. Number 8, Jake Holt. Number 9, Swerving Kervin Ellis. And number 10, the Shack Attack, Shaquille McDonald, making up the most dominant strike force in the league. And at number 11 is Luke Downs. Substitutes for the Red and Greens, number 12, Shane Nicholson. Number 13, Brad Caswell. Number 14, Aaron Solomon. Number 15 is Luke Jones. And number 16, Joe Cairns. On to the starting lineup for Dunkirk. There has been a change to the starting lineup. We have been told that Joe Brown has been replaced by Lewis Wilcox in the starting lineup for the home side. So for Dunkirk today, number 1, Richard Stainsbury. Number 2, Joel Howes. Number 3, Nat Apaya. Number 4, Richard Wyman. Number 5 is Lewis Wilcox. Number 6, Adam Burton. Number 7, McKenna Parton. Number 8, Tom Carroll. Number 9, Romello Nangle. Number 10, Daryl Thomas. Number 11, Cameron Jones. Substitutes for Dunkirk. Number 5, Joe Brown is going to be on the bench, as we believe he has been taken off the starting lineup. Number 13 to number 17, I should say, is George Bosworth. Number 14 is Lorcan Hickey. Number 15, Josh Barr Rostron. Number 16, George Harrison. The sun is going to set behind the horizon hopefully soon, because the lights on the highlights at the moment isn't looking too good. The floodlights are certainly going to be needed. Very low visibility at the moment here at the Ron Steele Sports Ground. Dunkirk in red shirts with black shorts and socks. Coventry United in the white shirts and shorts with green socks. The first time these two sides have ever faced in league competition. Can the Red and Greens take the initiative and take the points against a side that so far have not adapted to the MFL Premier Division in a totally satisfactory fashion? Let's get this party started. We are underway here at the Ron Steele Sports Ground. Coventry United versus Dunkirk, live on CUTV with Liam Cook. Early throw in for Dunkirk. Towards the penalty area. Now Richard Wyman. Charge down, but stays with the home side, and Nat Apaya. Line, good control, and back to Apaya. Sends it down the left flank, looking for the run of Cameron Jones. Nangle in the corner. Diverted into touch by Jamal Clark. Crossing opportunity for Wymark. Towards that near post. Oh, it's at the post and in! How How on earth did that find its way into the back of the net within 90 seconds of the start? Richard Wymark, with a low cross, bounces in off the far post. Bunn believing that it was going wide, but a deflection off the woodwork sends it into the net. We've not even had 2 minutes on the clock and already Dunkirk lead by 1-0.
Have you got it on there? You going to play it back? So I thought that guy tapped it in, it posted it.
So live on Coventry United TV, it is now Dunkirk 1, Coventry United 0 as Kevin Ellis forces his way down the right hand side, a slide in on Ellis, takes the ball away for Dunkirk. So a poor start for the Red and Greens with Carl Wymark on the mark. Hendricks. Holt. Plays it back to Brendan Bunn, who was powerless with that effort. It wasn't a particularly strong shot though, really. Hendricks down the left flank, it's Kyle Carey's to chase, and Kyle Carey's to catch. Carey in for McDonald, nods it down, it's beyond Ellis and volleyed away. Into the penalty area with Carey. Lays it off, McDonald. High into the sky. Hendricks wins the header. Nodded on. And there will be a throw. And Musa taken out. Excuse me, Pat, just move up a little bit towards the right. It's just that's perfect. Thank you. Downs with the free kick. Plenty of white shirts on the edge of the penalty area. Can he find one? After an unbelievable opening goal, can the Red and Greens find themselves back on equal terms? Not at the moment as Buxton heads it away. Wymark. Lofted ball. Bounces into the grateful grasp of Brendan Bunn between the sticks. Can the Red and Greens come back from a shocking opening? They put in one of their strongest performances of the season on Tuesday night away at AFC Wolverhamptonians. We do have another 2 away matches in a row before they return to the Butts Park Arena. Here's Joel Howes. And the cross from Howes onto the roof of the net. I don't believe he was going for goal. He was probably looking for Daryl Thomas in the penalty area. Caswell plays it short to Kyle Barnett. Holt. Dig it up line to Kevin S, doesn't get the power behind it. Now it's Howes. Love towards the edge of the penalty area. Downs brings it down. Kyle Barnett. Bunn. Back to Barnett. Dribbles it through the final third for the Red and Greens. Now it's Downs trying to switch it to the right hand side. It's on the head of his opposite number 11 in Cameron Jones. Nangle returns it to Jones. Jones is cross and stabbed over the net by Daryl Thomas. First time effort from the Dunkirk number 10. United can ill afford to concede again. We've not even had 5 minutes on the clock. And already the Red and Greens are not only 1-0 in front, but Dunkirk are doing well. Lofted ball from the back towards Shaquille McDonald. McDonald picked it up under pressure from Burton. Tries a deft cross. It was behind Kevin Ellis and picked up by Parton. McKenna Parton. His ball at the right hand side drifts over the white line in front of the Dunkirk management. And it will be a throw to Coventry United, taken quickly. Barnett to Luke Downs looks to the left, finds Ronnie Hendricks putting a stormer on Tuesday night. Ellis holds off Howes, needs support. Kick out there by Parton. Referee gives the free kick. Parton can't believe it. Jake Holt stands over it. Holt towards that far post. Doesn't quite meet the head of Ellis and headed away by Wilcox. Holt back in. Again nodded clear. Flicked on by Parton. Hendricks nods it forward for the red and greens. Carroll finds Parton. Difficult to see with that bright sun behind the Coventry United goal, and a free kick given to the red and greens for a bit of pulling on the shirt of Ben Valance. Valance playing on the right hand side of defence today rather than his preferred position of left back. Ronnie Hendricks has put himself at left back recently. Ellis skips past the challenge. That's a neat slide in by Lewis Wilcox. A late draft in to replace the previously injured number 5, Joe Brown. Valance plays the 1-2 with Musa from the throw. Valance's cross takes a touch of the boot of Cameron Jones and skews it away from the box. Brought down by Wymark. In goes Moose, the 2 number 4s going head to head, and it's Musa who comes away with the ball. A lunge in by Wymark, doesn't face Kyle Carey. He's got Hendricks to the left, plays into the centre with McDonald, lets it run for Jake Holt, and a dive down to the left hand side by Richard Sainsbury brings the ball to a harmless stop. United's first effort of the match. Well worked. Here's Holt again on the ball. Tries to loft it over the Dunkirk back line. A header by Appiah, uncontrolled header. And now Kerwin Ellis hanging on to the right arm of Appiah. And the referee gives the free kick, and he gives it to Coventry United. Kerwin Ellis receives the free kick. Ellis had the hold on the right arm of Nat Appiah, but Appiah was leaning into the big man. One of the less original taunts towards the commentators I've heard this season. It's down to Downs to send it in. Luke Downs, it's a rather unspectacular finish to the move. A free kick that Dunkirk fans will feel was harsh. So we have had around 8 minutes of normal time here on Coventry United TV with Liam Cook. The current score: Dunkirk 1, Coventry United 0. A 92nd goal from Wymark, giving Dunkirk a surprise lead. On form, you would say the red and greens are favourites given the current league positions, but form is thrown straight out of the window when the first whistle blows. Stainsbury's kick onto the unmarked head of Luke Downs. Ellis holds off Appiah strongly and rolls it on for Ben Valance. A lunge in on Valance. Wins the ball cleanly according to the referee. Did take a piece of Valance with him there. But it will be a throw in to the red and greens at the Burton slide. Downs, now Musa. Barnett. Hendricks rolls it up line to Holt. Turns in on Howes. Tries to put it through for Carey. Hits off the shoulder of Burton. And McDonald tried to dink it into the danger zone. No one made the run though. And it ends up in the vicinity of Stainsbury between the sticks. Volleyed away by the Dunkirk number 1. United have found their way into the fixture and how they've needed to. Good strength by Jamal Clark to hold off the number 9 for Dunkirk, that being Romello Nagel. Barney trying to dink it into the centre of the park. It's off the head of Wymark. Downs brings it down. Holt tries to find his way around Parton. Goes into the back of Parton and gives away the free kick. That white shirt of Kirby Ness didn't remain white for long. The pitch freshly mown. You can still see the tyre tracks on it. Joel Howes with the free kick. Looking for Wymark. Headed up clear by Musa. Brought down by Clark. Back to Bunn between the sticks. Bunn launches it clear. Ellis, the intended target, nodded out of play by Howes, and Coventry United have the throw in just in front of the CUTV camera. Ronnie Hendricks will come up to take it for the Red and Greens, playing in white today. Holt. Back to Hendricks. Downs wants it short, gets it short. Upfield to Ellis, holds off Howes. Intercepted by Tom Carroll, but through the legs of Hendricks. The Coventry United throw in front of the Dunkirk dugout. Throw it line towards Ellis. Parton with the header. Only finds Hendricks again. Here's Kyle Carey. The first game he's played since the birth of his daughter last week. His cross is nodded clear by Apaya. And tries to dribble his way out of danger with Ben Valance breathing down his neck. Apaya finds Jones. The long ball nodded back to Bunn by Kyle Barnett. Plays it out short to Barnett. Now Bunn. Jamal Clark. Carey. That's with Luke Downs. Here's Kyle Carey. Sandwiching the two Dunkirk players in the centre circle. Both Dunkirk attackers were offside as the ball was played. And it rolls harmlessly back to Bunn, who distributed quickly to Barnett. Now Ronnie Hendricks. Holt. Forced towards the byline. And stumbles with a tangle of legs of Tom Carroll. It's Parton who streams towards the penalty area with no free kick given. Nangle should get there. Plenty of space to work with. Nangle's cross hits the back of Downs, who will get to the seconds. It's Hendricks there first, and he blasts it out of play for the throw via the leg of Tom Carroll. 10 minutes gone at the Ron Steele Sports Ground. Dunkirk 1, Coventry United 0, the current score. Here's Luke Downs. Pass intercepted by Wymark, the scorer of the only goal so far. He goes shoulder first into the cut of Luke Downs. Referee says nothing doing, although it was a tackle more accustomed to rugby than football. Now Valance sends Jones to his knees and looking for the perfect through ball. It's Kerwin Ellis. Not sure whether he was looking for a shot on goal himself there, but it whizzes across the face of goal harmlessly. And out of play for, I think that's going out of play for a throw on this near side. United knocking on the door, can they prise it open? Dunkirk still got to find their way out of a dangerous pocket of the pitch. The throw to be taken by Joel Howes. He's got McKenna Parton in support. Looks for Wymark. It's past Wymark and Holt. Hendricks intercepts the header from Nangle. Hendricks muscled to the ground, and the referee will give the free kick belatedly. Bit of screaming from Kyle Barnett to try and sway the referee's mind on that one. It looks like it's worked. Barnett. Downs lofts it over the defence. Here's McDonald. Volleyed cross for Ellis. Offside given against Kerwin Ellis. But the header was tame and behind the big man anyway. Let's get you the latest score from Twickenham in the autumn international between England and Japan. England leads 7-0 thanks to a Danny Kerr try and also a conversion from Ford. And we'll also keep you up to date with the latest goings on at the Pirelli Stadium between Burton Albion and Coventry City in League One. Wymark receives a touch from Holt as both players go for the ball in the air. It remains scoreless at the Pirelli between Burton and Coventry. But here at the Ron Steele Sports Ground, it's still Dunkirk leading by 1-0 as we hit 15 minutes. Floated into the box, and it's Burton who looked to get Contact with the ball with their header, but it skims over the head of the Dunkirk captain. The Red and Greens with ground to make up, but they are no stranger to adversity. Header won by Wilcox. Just can't quite take it past the Pyre. Side in by Wilcox. And it's volleyed into touch by Ronnie Hendricks after the long ball towards the head of Nangle. So on the halfway line it will be the throw of Joel Howes. Wymark dispossessed well by Giv Musa and caught with the high leg. Free kick to the Red and Greens. Infringement by Tom Carroll. Daryl Thomas suddenly kicking the ball away from the position that Barnett placed the ball in. He says nothing doing, and we'll get this free kick taken. It's Kyle Barnett with the run-up, Kyle Barnett with the delivery. Ellis is in there, Ellis leaps for it, beaten in the air though. Not clear, it's off the head of Nangle. Daryl Thomas. Volley to the left-hand side by Tom Carroll, straight into touch. Carroll knew as soon as he left his boot that it was going nowhere except for over the white line. Throw by Valence to Jamal Clark. Valence. First time pass to Downs. Musa. It just skims the head of McKenna Parson and finds Shaquille McDonald. He's got Hendricks down line in support. Shaq goes for the cross himself, chested down by Kevin Ellis, over and kicked by Ellis, and it takes a great save by Stainsbury to keep it out. Agility that's rarely seen from a man of Ellis' size. But the big number 9 nearly on target in pristine style. The good reflexes by Richard Stainsbury to keep it out. Kyle Carey with the corner from the right hand side, all but 2 Red and Greens in and around that penalty area. It's headed away well by Wilcox, comes out to Luke Downs on the edge of the penalty area. Musa is pushed away from the box. It's sent back to the right hand side with Kyle Carey. Still options in the box. Musa turns away from Carroll. Musa now halts onto the right of Carey once more. Cuts in, looking for Ellis, headed away. Holt with an attempt, not a very good one, scuffed off the boot. They may well come back with Carey. Downs. Now Ronnie Hendricks. Takes on Parton. He's got Clark in support. Hendricks goes alone. Hendricks with the low cross. Deflects out of play for the corner off Howes. Good work down the left from Hendricks. The Red and Green fans behind that goal wanting to see their boys on the mark. It's a low one from Carey. Receives it back from Musa. Kyle Carey with a cross to the edge of the penalty area. Flicked in by Jake Holt. But no one there. And it ends up back with Stainsbury. Frustrating 20 minutes for the Red and Greens. On 20 minutes at the Ron Steele Sports Ground, it remains Dunkirk 1, Coventry United 0. In the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division. In all fairness, Dunkirk haven't really looked likely to add to their advantage. The Red and Greens struggling to break down this home back line. McDonald forcefully keeps the ball from a Pyre. Now it's Luke Downs. Shot charged off Wilcox. Oh, and that's a rather strong lunge by Waymark in on Musa. But it is out of play for a throw right in the corner. Final touch coming off Musa. It's Howe's throw. Parton's there. It's over Parton to Wymark. Wymark nods it on. Nangle falls into the centre and looks left. He'll find Natapaya, who has a bit of space to work with. So McDonald drifts into the centre. Pyre. I'm not quite sure what he's trying to do with that ball. He's locking it down the left flank and it heads out of play. That will be a throw into the red and greens. We'll be live from Communications Park in Daventry tomorrow for the first round of the Birmingham FA Women's County Cover competition that the red and green girls of Coventry United ladies won last year on that brilliant day in Tamworth. They look to retain the cup this season. Their journey starts tomorrow against Wolverhampton Wanderers women. That's at 2 o'clock here on CUTV tomorrow afternoon. The ball behind Wymark from the boot of Howes. Picked up by Downs. Musa. Challenge from behind by Carroll takes it away, and now Wymark scissors laces through that one. But again, uncontrolled passing from Dunkirk. Ends up back with Bunn. Holt. You hear frustration from the red and greens. His performance at the moment is not to their high standards. Clark looks to loft one over Howes. Ellis will get there first. Stainsbury back on his line. Crossing towards Kyle Carey, a low diving header, well executed by Burton. And just in front of the CUTV camera, it will be a red and greens throw, which Ronnie Hendricks will take. Holt. Hendricks again. Up line down the left flank. Ellis. Yeah, it's a good standing challenge from Parton. Clearance up line to Wymark. In goes Holt, but it's picked up by Howes. Flicked on by Nangle and allows Wymark space on the right hand side. Wymark too hasty with that long ball to the left hand side. He had plenty of space and time to work with. Could have made it down the right hand side, may have even found his way to the penalty area. But he was too hasty, too quick to judge the opportunity. Musa barging into the back of Nangle. Referee says nothing doing. Nangle's attempted through ball to Thomas is cut out by Kyle Barnett. Barnett. Clearance towards Shaquille McDonald. Burton wins a rather mismatched aerial duel. And Ellis dispossessed by Tam Carroll. What are the red and greens doing here? Here's Jake Holt. And slides in to retain the ball. He certainly got a piece of Romello Nangle, but he did get the ball, hence why the referee has not given the free kick. Nangle is now back on his feet after a prolonged period on the ground. Downs. It's now with Kyle Carey. A few step overs, try and find his way past the Pyre, bundled to the ground. The referee says no, and the red and green army behind the goal and says they had a better view of it than I did. Well, the Dunkirk manager actually on the pitch at the moment as he's relaying instructions to his team. Not sure that's allowed, but it's his way of doing things. Wymark in space picks up the lofted ball. Thomas. Cameron Jones looking for Wymark. It's a misplaced pass collected by the United captain, Jamal Clark. Here's Luke Downs across the penalty area to Kyle Barnett. He's got Hendricks on the left, Holt and Ellis further afield. Barnett drills it to the right. Chested down by Musa, but it was too hot to handle, and Apaya will find Thomas. Receives a volleyed pass back by Wymark, looking for Parton. He let the pass go that little too early. Holt on the march. Ellis, he's got Howes to contend with. Plays it back to Holt. And Holt taken out from behind by Parton, but Parton did touch the ball over the white line. And Holt's throw is quick down line to Ronnie Hendricks. Downs. Quick pass to Holt. Holt onto the halfway line with Kyle Barnett. They've just got to take their time here. Dunkirk trying to decrease United's time to think, time to manoeuvre. Downs rolls it to the right flank. Balance. Takes on a Pyre. Looking for the low pass to the edge of the area for Gift Musa. It was behind the United number 4, and now Jones comes away with it. Here's Daryl Thomas. And again, that lofted ball does not work for Dunkirk. They get to the centre of the park, decide what to do, and usually, so far today, they've made the wrong decision. It's been a frustrating afternoon for both sides since that first-minute goal from Wymark. Apaya makes his way down the left-hand side. deep into United turf, but again they can't find their way past the red and greens. Appeals of offside against Shaquille McDonald, picks up a beautifully weighted long pass. McDonald tries to let it off for Kevin Ellis, but it wasn't the ball that Ellis intended. And now the home side try to clear their lines. It's with Tom Carroll. Y-mark. Intercepted pass. It's Musa on it, now Luke Downs. The Red and Greens look to build from the back. Played back to Brendan Bunn. Now this is certainly building from the back, straight from the goalkeeper. Downs. First time pass to Kyle Barnett. Finds Hendricks on the left. Holt's up line, Downs in the centre. Finds Holt. Ellis with him. Evades the challenge of Howes, but not from Parton. Holton slips the ball. Clearance by Wilcox only as far as his opposite centre-back in Jamal Clark. Here's Kyle Carey. His creativity is needed at the moment. That's a lovely ball for Jake Holt. One-on-one. It's straight at the keeper, Stainsbury. Brilliant ingenuity from Kyle Carey. Holt getting a clean contact on it. Either side would have made it difficult for Stainsbury to keep out, but it was straight at the legs of the Dunkirk shot stopper. Now here's Parton. Romello Nangle. Forced back towards the halfway line by Hendricks. Good defensive pressure from the former Coventry City attacker. And again, wayward long ball from the Dunkirk midfield. It's a tactic that hasn't worked throughout the first 25 minutes of this match, so I don't know why they're believing it'll work now. Downs' path blocked up by Cameron Jones, but he will get the ball back. Jamal Clark at centre-back. United controlling possession. That's what they do with it. It's going to count. Hendricks cuts inside on Parton. Sends Holt on his way. Holt gave up a little too early there. It looked like he could have got there. But he has given up the ghost and let it go out of play for the goal kick. 25 minutes gone here at the Ron Steele Sports Ground. Today's show on CUTV sponsored by Current, building bespoke software to increase sales and improve your business process. Head to current.it for more information. Score on CUTV remains Dunkirk 1, Coventry United 0. First goal coming from Carl Weimarker. A freak goal, it's got to be said. Sent in from the left-hand side, bouncing in off the post. A goal that no one expected, probably Weimark included. Here is Weimark. Carroll just with a slide by Jamal Clark. Carey brings it down. Now Luke Downs looking to find McDonald. Handball claims against Parton. Oh, that's a nasty slide in on Gif Musa. Carey. He's got Hendricks in support. Ronnie Hendricks. The cross far too high for Kevin Ellis, and if it was a shot, it goes wide. Well, Parton's been left a little bit worse for wear there after that slide on Gif Musa. Stainsbury will place the ball. It's been a half of very few chances, it must be said. Stainsbury clears his lines. It's off the head of Carl Carey, brings it down for Barnett. Carroll can only find Jake Holt, and Holt's lofted ball will find Shaquille McDonald. Turns away from several Dunkirk challenges, but gets caught short on the final one. Punted forward. It's off the head of Brendan Bunn. Nangle is beyond the goalkeeper. Bunn still trying to hassle and harry Nangle off the ball. Now he's got to backtrack to his line. Barnett was covering him off. Parton slides in. And that will be a goal kick. The block from Barnett cannoning off the Dunkirk man last. But Brendan Bunn taking a chance, racing off his line to nod the ball away. Didn't have the power behind the header, couldn't clear it enough. Nangle brought it down, tried to round the former Bromsgrove keeper, but couldn't quite finish the job, and spares Bunn's blushes. Luke Downs. Across to the left with Ronnie Hendricks. Fancy footwork from Hendricks, takes him into the centre. Switches the play to Ben Valance. Looks like Kyle Carey, intercepted by Burton. Cameron Jones, Valance all over him. Jones forced into the corner. And his attempted clearance charged down by Valance and into touch. Half an hour played. We'll be taking a short break here on CUTV at half time in 15 minutes. So we'll be going off air for about 10 minutes on CUTV. And of course, the highlights of today's match can be found online tomorrow morning, youtube.com/Coventry United TV. McDonald takes a stumble as he brings the ball down, but Dunkirk failed to clear properly. Hendricks. Free kickers. Parton stands in on Ronnie Hendricks. A soft free kick, but a free kick nonetheless. As Hendricks took the ball past the number 7. It's Kyle Carey placing the ball. Holt at the near post, Ellis in there too, Clark at the far post. Carey in towards Musa, headed away by Wymark. Barnett backtracks. Over kick to send it back into the penalty area. Carroll with the clearance. Free kick claims, the referee holds those claims. As Ronnie Hendricks barges Nangle to the ground. And Wymark applauds the linesman who put the flag up. And the Dunkirk players are none too pleased with the referee's decision making. The referee didn't initially give the free kick. It was a good 3 or 4 seconds after the initial contact that the referee's attention was brought to the linesman's flag. And the referee's having a quick word with Daryl Thomas and the captain, Buxton. Free kick headed away. Wymark. Comes out again to the number 4, Howes. Dunkirk station on the edge of the penalty area, but can't find their way through. Hendricks. Ball volleyed away by Apaya. Nangle. It's a standing challenge by Gift Musa. Downs. J. Cole in the centre circle. Jamal Clark. Thinks twice about the lofted ball over the back line, plays it short to Downs instead. Evades Thomas just about. Kyle Barnett with Hendricks to his left. Thomas breathing down his neck. Flicked up by Kervin Ellis. Holds off the challenge of Wilcox and Carroll. McDonald trying to steady himself with a shot. Takes it away from Carroll. McDonald with a scuffed effort. And it should be cleared by Burton. Hendricks on Thomas. Can't dispossess him. Parton. And an aimless ball down the centre of the park by Parton. Ends up back with Bunn. Jamal Clark. Short range to Kyle Carey. Ellis holds off Burton. Bubbles to the right with Ben Valance, forced away by Apaya. Down line to Kyle Carey. United have Dunkirk on the back foot. Can they go for the killer blow? No, they can't. The misweighted pass by Gift Musa as Jones is forced to the ground by Kyle Carey, and again the referee doesn't want to know. This time it's Kervin Ellis on the receiving end of a foul that wasn't given, as it's lofted into the penalty area for Coventry United, and it will be into the hands of Brendan Bunn. Valance looks for McDonald straight onto the chest of Wilcox, dispossessed by Gift Musa, lost it down for McDonald, and it's a push by Howes. And the red and greens have a free kick right on Dunkirk's doorstep. Well, the question is, who's going to take it? Terry Hansen tells his lads, just get it on target. Make them sweat, make them work. Carey and McDonald eyeing up the golden prize. So McDonald drills it low, and it's off the chest of Sainsbury and gathered by Sainsbury. McDonald in search of his 10th goal in all competitions this season. He was asking about his stats before kickoff. I think he's got it in his head now that he can get into double figures today. Holt takes it in his stride, looks for McDonald, and there was that a hand in the face on Shaquille McDonald. Referee says it was a coming together. There seemed to be an outstretched arm there by Apaya, and McDonald went down in a heap. Here's Kyle Barnett. United look to regroup. Inconsistent officiating from the referee. Barnett looks for McDonald in the air, easily beaten in the air by Burton. Volleyed away by Howes, only as far as Carey, can only find Carroll. Ellis. United want the free kick. Ellis getting his body between the ball and Parton. Ellis went to the ground, but the ball had already gone by then. Well, both sides agreed by the referee's decision making so far. Again, Dunkirk with the long balls, which make little or no impact, straight into the Brendan Bunn's penalty area, and brought down by the United goalkeeper. Clark wants options, so he'll play it short to Downs, who's dropped deep into defence. Kyle Carey looks for McDonald, he's in the air by Wilcox. Times was a bit of a push in the back there by Downs. Referee says no. Clark. Hendricks calls for it, has to backtrack on his run as Clark decides to go in the centre. It's nodded towards the far side of the park and into touch by Apaya. Ellis trying to find his way through the Dunkirk back line. A task too far for swerving Kervin. And the United fans behind the goal feel that it should have been a corner rather than a goal kick. I couldn't quite see the ball came off last. There were several Dunkirk players in the way. I'm sure the Ring Green Army behind the goal who are still not too happy with the linesman on that far side. Well, that should tell you your answer, who it came off last. Well, We're closing in on half-time. It still remains Dunkirk 1, Coventry United 0. Dare say Terry Hansen will have plenty to say, but there is plenty to build on for the Red and Greens. They've had the better of the possession, probably the better of the chances apart from the goal, and it was well, the goal was a freak of nature, really. A bit like myself, to be honest with you. Hendricks, first time pass into the centre by McDonald, cleared by Burton before he can reach Ellis. Off the head of Luke Downs, chested down by Carroll. Looks for Nangle. Thomas making a run to the area, it won't reach Thomas. It's off the head of Kyle Barnett, who sticks his laces through that one, but again into a sea of Dunkirk defenders. High boot by Jake Holt, referee says no. He was going for the ball, but it was certainly high, and a first time pass by Luke Downs towards Ronnie Hendricks out of play. Well, this has been a disappointing first half of football for the Red and Greens. I don't think Dunkirk will be too happy with the football they played either. They are in front, that's the most important thing, but it hasn't exactly been an attractive first 45 minutes. Not much in the way of highlights apart from the goal. Crossed by Thomas. Clark brings it down, in goes Nangle from behind, in fact wins the corner. It's a corner kick to Dunkirk. Well, the United substitutes go down the touchline. Aaron Solomon, Shea Nicholson and Luke Jones. Their impact may well be needed later on in the match. Moving towards the near post by Wyman. Came out to clear. It's behind, I think, by the head of Barnett. Chill in the air in Nottingham. The sun has finally set beyond the horizon, so thankfully the camera won't be blinded by the sun now. Should get some decent coverage out of this now. Over to you, Cameron Jones from the corner. Towards that far post, and Burton with the header. Nodded away by Barnett, but it went back in by Wyman. Jones. Gets his cross away. Handball claims against Ben Vance. It was nodded towards net by Thomas. Referee doesn't want to know. And now Shaquille McDonald looks for the run of Luke Downs. He would have found him if it didn't come off the head of Wyman. Wyman falls back to his defenders. Jones beats McDonald one-on-one. Odell space on the left for Wyman. Drills it towards the penalty area. This time Bunn taking no chances from Wyman's deliveries and shepherds it into touch. Well, it is a ball from that side of the park from Wyman, which separates the two sides on the score sheet. Probably say United have had the better of play so far, but it is the score sheet that counts. And Dunkirk have the better on that, leading by 1-0 from Wyman. Brendan Bunn. Touch takes it past Jones, who was hoping to capitalise on a goalkeeping error. Luke Downs. Surges through the centre. Jake Holt. Hendricks up line. Curls it to the left. Here's Ronnie Hendricks. Looking to take on Howe. Skips past Howe. In comes Parton from the right. It's deflected off Parton into the corner. And out of play for the throw. Parton keeps it away from the goal line, but not from the touchline. Here's Holt. Falls down towards the centre of the park again. Kyle Carey, space on the right for Ben Valance. Finds Valance with ease. Valance. Well, that's why you don't see him score many goals. High and wide, not at all handsome from the United fullback as we close in on the half-time interval. Any minute now. By the way, a bit of history made for Coventry United today. This is Gift Moose's 150th appearance for Coventry United. Just the third player to hit 150 for the Red and Greens. I know Chris Cox is one of them. I think I'm right in saying it's got to be either Rob Prinzel or Rich Morris, the other one. But the referee brings the first half to an end. And Coventry United will head into half-time behind, but with plenty to build on in the second half. Terry Anderson will surely be stripping some paint off the walls with his half-time team talk. But there has been some promising play from the red and greens. They just got to keep their heads high. There is still every chance they can leave the Ronsdale Sports Ground with the points in tow. Half-time score in the Total Motion Midland Football League Premier Division. Dunkirk 1, Coventry United 0. CUTV signing off for the next 10 minutes. Look for the new live stream in the second half. We'll be back in 10.